Now I'm gonna try this again, y'all. I'm gonna try this again. Try this again. All right, let me just jump into Acts 12. Peter is let out of jail. I'm reading the ERV version. And I'm going to start this off again. People can have you bound. The enemy can have you bound. You don't have to be in a physical jail to be incarcerated. Fear is a prison. Depression is a prison. Abuse is a prison. Rejection is a prison. Addiction is a prison. So it don't have to be a physical jail, okay? So I'm reading about Peter now, being let out of the jail. So whatever your jail is, put it in here. It does not have to be a correctional facility. It is something that's arresting your destiny. It's something that's arresting your peace, arresting your development. So it's a jail, okay? Let me read, because I wanna just like chat about and go off. Because this thing, I was arrested. I was in jail. And shout out to the Brooks. We had a conversation on yesterday, and I had to really realize I had to get free. Okay? So let me just speak on it. Let me just read on this thing, and then I'll just get in. So I'm going to read, because I know a lot of y'all don't like to read. Okay? I'm going to read for y'all, because this thing was exciting. One night, and I'm reading the ERV version because I do understand a lot of the people that I read to or share the message with do not read the Bible at all. And me personally, although I do go through different versions of the Bible, I like to compare, and this one just got me. So I'm reading the ERV version. Very easy read, very simple. One night, Peter bound with 2 chains. Hear this now. Think about your chains. Is it addiction? Is it depression? Is it anxiety? Whatever it is, sickness, whatever it is, your chains. One night, Peter bound with 2 chains was sleeping between 2 of the soldiers. Okay, so you got anxiety over here, depression over here. You got anger over here, addiction over there. You got poverty over here, depression over there. Whatever it is, go on and put your 2 soldiers there, okay? More soldiers were guarding the door of the jail. Herod was planning to bring Peter out before the people the next day. Suddenly, an angel of the Lord was there, and the room was filled with light. Hold on. Is this the right version? I'm sorry. I don't want the ERV version. I want the Amplified version. I'm sorry. It ain't reading the thing we already the first time. Okay. Here we are. Now at that time, Herod, Agrippa I, the king of the Jews, arrested some who belonged to the church. Catch this now, because some people thinking this Bible, I don't care if you got the Hebrew Bible, because I like the Hebrew Bible. I'm starting to get used to it. Whatever Bible you read, people like to think that this book is just of old times, when in reality there's people being killed and jailed for their faith right now. And before we know it, we're going to be going through the same thing. Okay? And us colored folk, us children of Israel, not that that's the only children who belong to God. That's a whole nother conversation. But God's children is going to be persecuted. We're going to be pursued, jailed, killed, all of that for our faith. So we need to go and get ready. Listen. It says, so they arrested some who belonged to the church, intending to harm them. Sound like us already, right? Intending to harm us, right? Okay. And he had James, the brother of John, put to death with a sword. And when he saw that it pleased the Jews, he proceeded to have Peter arrested as well. So there's going to be times that people targeting you, be it your family, old friends, enemies, whatever it is, just for the hell of it, just for entertainment purposes, they are going to pursue you. The enemy is not about to have you live on purpose for free. Period. Like, I'm learning this. My tail is in the fire, coming through the fire. I'm not going to be killed here. Period. But just know that I did not understand this, and thankfully I have been divinely connected to some people who are way more mature in the spirit than I am, that has been feeding and guiding me, along the way. Because sometimes this prison, this opposition could have you doubting that you really connected to the Most High. Okay? So let me go on. And he had James, the brother of John, put to death with a sword. And when he saw that it pleased the Jews, he proceeded to have Peter arrested as well. This was during the days of the unleavened bread, the Passover week. When he had seized Peter, he put him in prison, turning him over to 4 squads of soldiers, of 4 each, to guard him in rotation throughout the night, planning after the Passover to bring him out before the people for execution. So, because, and y'all may not know, but earlier in Acts, they arrested Peter and God got him out of there, okay? Broke him loose, just got him gone. So now they'll put 16 guards to be in rotation over Peter. Just for Peter now. So this goes to show that when you are chosen by God, when you are on assignment, the norm is not going to fit you. The enemy is going to have to send everything he can. I mean, he going to double up. He going to call the goons out, okay? The enemy call the goons out for your tail when you really living on purpose, okay? He ain't letting you slide through life and fulfill your divine purpose for free. He is going to launch attacks against your tail, okay? So just know that. Who that? Hey, Kara, is that you? The enemy don't play fair. The minute you start living right, I'm telling you, when I was out here acting crazy, being real ratchet, the enemy was not sinning for me. When I started saying yes to God, baby, that joker turned up. He turned all the way up on me. So just brace yourself. I'm telling you, the minute you start trying to live right, this enemy will send for your tail 16-fold. They put 16 men on Peter. This is how you know they knew he was a problem, okay? Let me go and read. So Peter was kept in prison. Mind you, they holding him to execute him. He has done nothing. He hasn't killed nobody. He ain't do nothing. Okay? And they wanted Peter head. So let me go on. So Peter was kept in prison, but fervent. This is how you know prayer is powerful. Do not let nobody deceive you that prayer does not work. But fervent and persistent prayer for him. It don't even say that Peter was praying, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, come on now, Peter human. Yeah, he done experienced God. But Peter was human. So I'm certain Peter was sitting up in that jail, knowing they about to kill him, okay? And he had to be thinking like, yo, I'm really about to go out like this. You can be in faith all you want to. But I'm certain human nature kicked in on Peter, okay? It don't even say Peter prayed for himself. It say, but fervent and persistent prayer for him was being made to God by the church. So you need to be surrounded by some people that's going, when I say church, and I know the Bible ain't talking about no church building. They talking about people. You need to have you some people that can pray your behind through some stuff. Because not everything is going to be a run out and drag them and beat her down in the street. And not everything is going to be smoke a blunt and it's going to pass by. Not everything going to be throw some money on it and it's going to go away. Some things you're going to need prayer through, okay? When you really, really down and depressed, money can't get you out of that. When your mama on her deathbed, money and getting high can't get you out of that. You're going to need some prayer. So let me move on. It says this very night before Herod was to bring him forward to kill him now, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers. Y'all got this thing. And when I read the Bible, I see it like a movie. So I'm in the room reading this. No plans to come on live. But that thing had got me so excited I had to. He's sleeping in between 2 soldiers that's guarding him to make sure he don't escape like he did the last time. He's in between 2 soldiers now. Bound with 2 chains. 2 chains, okay? And sentries, other guards were in front of the door guarding the prison. Listen at this. This is how God moved. Suddenly, an angel of the Lord appeared beside him, and a light shone in through the cell. The angel struck Peter's side and awakened him, saying, "Get up quickly." And the chains fell off his hands. I'm going to stop right here for a second. Some people could think it's mystical. Oh, so an angel came. Let me tell you something. What you think you praying for when, like I said, if your kid or your mama or son on her deathbed, what you praying for? God ain't going to descend from the heavens and just come down. You ain't going to see God. He sends an angel. When you ain't approved for something and you get a phone call, your rent due and you ain't got it, and you get a phone call that somebody gonna help you out, or whatever your breakthrough is, hello, that's work of an angel. Okay. He said he struck Peter's side and awakened him, saying, "Get up quickly." And the chains fell off his hands. All God got to do is show up a little bit and you're going to be free. A word got to me yesterday, joined in on the call by accident. Okay, because I was like head on. I'm reading, and when I get done reading, then I'm going to go listen to somebody preach, right? Soon as I got on the call, shout out to the Brooks. Soon as I got on the call, he up there speaking about what God just gave me last week. Okay? This is how divinely God works. God is very strategic. He don't need our permission or our green light for nothing. Okay? He's very strategic and he can do anything. That man spoke to me and said, "You need to get free of that spirit." He identified the spirit that was in me. And I did speak it to him first. I was like, I don't know what it is. And he identified it. From that moment, after I got off the call, like Peter, I just laid down, rested, right? In this thing, like, wow. So this is what I'm dealing with. Thank you, oh God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm laying there in between this spirit and that spirit, arrested in a jail. I'm home, but in my spirit, I'm in a jail. And the word, the angel, okay now, okay, had to speak to me to confirm what the man of God spoke. And I knew it in my spirit. And immediately as I started to speak, as I heard, "Get up quickly," I had to get up quickly and pray. Pray. Listen at this. And I got free. I'm free. I'm not going back to that spirit. I'm going to tell you right now, the spirit of fear is dead. Period. Listen at this. It says, "And the chains fell off his hands." God will release your tail when you least expect it. It says this was the night before he was to be killed, y'all. This is the night before he's to be killed. And God came through. Oh my God. Listen, the angel said to him, now this is just my ghetto version. I'm going to read for what it say, but don't mind me. He said, "Prepare yourself and strap on your sandals to get ready for whatever may come." Say, yo, you ready to roll? We about to get up out of here. Is you ready or not? Let's go, Peter. Let's go. We out of here. Okay? Listen at it. It said, and Peter did so. Then the angel told him, "Put on your robe and follow me." Sometimes we are trying to figure it out on our own. In the natural, in our own might, we have no other options. We are caught. We are hung by the throat. You understand? These people looking at us, "Oh, look, she down for the count. Oh, look at her marriage. Oh, look at his money. Oh, look at his wife. Oh, look at they kids. They just know you finished. They know they got you, okay? They got you by the throat, okay? It ain't looking like you could escape or get up out of this thing, okay? But God, one touch and one word from God, okay, could change it. He said, "Follow me." So many times we trying to figure it out on ourselves. He said, "Follow me." He said, "Follow me." Come on through here now. And Peter went out following the angel. Look, Peter ain't asked no questions. Peter ain't say, wait, hold on, what if I get caught? Peter ain't say, what about... He ain't asked no questions. When you hear from God, you got to move. And this just was confirmation from the word I got on yesterday, okay? Because when that spirit was identified about me that had my tail in jail, I recognized it when it was spoken. So understand, we don't have to see an angel wings and hands and all these things as they described in the Bible. God put angels in the earth. That's why he say be careful how you treat people, because that could be God's angel. Okay? I knew when I heard, just like Peter, I got to follow this voice. I knew this was a word from God. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be keen in your spirit. Listen at this thing. Oh my God, I love this. It says Peter went out following the angel. He did not realize what was being done by the angel was real. Sometimes we are in our breakthrough. We are in it. We in our coming out and don't realize it because we so used to being in jail. We so used to being depressed that we can't even realize that he delivered us already. We so used to being broke. We can't realize that he already brought us into our milk and honey. We so used to being rejected that we don't realize that we've been chosen. Come on through. We have to get this. He said Peter did not realize what was being done, that it was real. He didn't realize. He thought it was a vision. He thought he was seeing a vision. Come on, 2020. 2020 has blinded us. 2020 got us thinking a simple code is COVID. 2020 got us thinking that God's so distant. Come on through, Holy Spirit. 2020 got our vision blurred. It's supposed to be the year of perfect vision. And because the enemy done imprisoned us with COVID, got our mouths covered with masks, we can't even see, hear, or discern the movement and the spirit of God. Come on through. It says when they had passed the first guard and the second, they came to the iron gate that leads into the city. So just like that, God navigate us through the enemy camp. He navigate us out of our prisons. He navigate us out of our circumstances, just like that, and brought them to the city gate. Come on here now, that leads into the city, leads into the freedom, leads into the transformation, the overturn, the rewrite, the recovery of some stuff. Come on through here now. Let me go and read. Of its own accord, it swung open. Y'all ain't catch it. Y'all ain't catch that. Y'all ain't catch it. They came to the iron gate that leads into the city. Of its own accord. Of the gate's own accord. Nobody opened the gate. Nobody opened the gate for Peter, but God. It said of its own accord. How many things will start moving and falling when you roll with God? This thing, yo, I sat in my bed today reading this, and I was like, God, I'm at the gate. This gate about to open. Y'all better profess and proclaim that this gate gonna open. Whatever is keeping your tail bound inside, gots to fling open. Listen at this so I can hurry up and be gone. Of its own accord, it swung open for them. And they went out and went along one street, and at once the angel left him. Sometimes God will just usher you into your place of freedom. Usher you into your place of deliverance. Usher you into your new atmosphere, your new location, your new job, your new place of residence, your new relationship, your new marriage, your new income bracket, your new book, your new song, whatever it is that he's bringing you into. Sometimes you ain't got to do nothing. He just gonna open it up for you. Okay? Let me keep going. It says, and then he left. So he ain't sitting around following Peter. He did what he had to do and he got gone. Okay? When Peter came to his senses, check this out. This say Peter wasn't even in his right mind. Peter wasn't even in his right mind. Peter was still flabbergasted. Okay? Peter was bugging. Peter was like, yo, What? Like he couldn't even process his breakthrough. He couldn't even process what just happened to him. It says when he came to his senses, he said, now I know for certain. We done seen God move before. But our circumstances recently now done got so thick that we may have forgotten or maybe even doubted, okay, that God's still in operation. He said, now I know for certain that the Lord has sent his angel and has rescued me from the hand of Herod and from all that the Jewish people were expecting to do to me. There's some people that's going to be banking on your demise, that you ain't coming up out this season. There's people banking on it right now, got your name all up in their mouth, that you ain't coming out. But God gonna send the help. God is going to send the help to bring you through, okay? He said he's rescued me from the hand of these wicked doers, these enemies. These people that's coming against you. God about to move and get your tail up out of there, okay? He said from everything they was expecting to do, what they planning to do is not going to work. That's a word for myself. What they planning to do to me, what they planning to do to you is not going to work. Let me move on. When he realized what had happened, he went to the house of Mary, the mother of John, who was also called Mark, where many believers were gathered together and were praying continually. Pray continually. Come on through now. And have been praying all night. The only people who should know your circumstances is the people that's going to pray about it. I could just get up and walk off the seat now. I'll just get up and walk off right now. The only people who should know what you're dealing with is the people who going to pray you through. Period. I ain't even going to go off on that one. That'd be a whole 30 minutes. When he knocked at the door of the gateway, a servant girl named Rhoda came to answer. Recognizing Peter's voice and her joy. Listen. You need to have people that's going to be genuinely joyful for your coming through. Some people are going to be sitting by. You got to be very discerning in this season. Thank you, God. You got to be very discerning because not everybody going to be happy that you come through. Sorry to tell you. They might be smiling, but look closely at they smile because they not going to be like Rhoda and just so joyful that you done got free, that you done overcame, that you done survived and survived well, okay, that you still intact, that you still in your right mind, in your right health, that you overcome. Okay, they not going to be so happy about this thing. They not going to be Rhoda. So you might want to get you a couple Rhodas in your life, okay? Listen what it say. Recognizing Peter's voice, in her joy, she failed to open the gate, but ran in and announced that Peter was standing in front of the gateway. Sis got so excited that she left Peter on the outside of the gate and ran inside like, yo, Peter out, y'all. Peter came through. Peter ain't dead. Peter free. You need to get some people that's going to shout and celebrate your freedom so much so that they forget to bring your tail into the celebration, okay? Come on through. They said to her, you are out of your mind. But she kept insisting that it was so. That's another point. We could get so caught up in praying that we really can't fathom yet that God done answered. That's all that was. They just couldn't feel like, what? They said, you crazy, you bugging. Peter's sitting in jail. You better keep praying. They trying to kill brother tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep praying. Get up over here. What you talking about? He here. Listen at this thing. But she kept insisting that it was so. They kept saying it is his angel. We all got angels. Catch that. We all have an angel assigned to our lives. But meanwhile, Peter continued knocking. And when they opened the door and saw him, they were completely amazed. But motioning to them with his hand to be quiet and listen, Peter like, shh, be quiet. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you how I got out. Let me tell you what God did. Come on through now. He described how the Lord had let him out of the prison. And he said, report these things to James and the brothers and the sisters. Then he left and went to another place. Sometimes when you get a breakthrough, you got to tell your people. Excuse me, you got to tell your people so that they can get a confidence in God that, oh, he got her out, he got him out. Oh, he definitely coming to get me. Come on through here now. I'm almost done. Now, when day came, there was no small disturbance among the soldiers over what happened. He said, it says there was no small, they was losing it. They was like, yo, what you mean he gone? Again, like what? They losing it. God's blessing and breakthrough for you will cause chaos on the people that's plotting. Them people that's going against you right now, your breakthrough is going to sicken them. You hear me? You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to prove nothing. Just the fact that your tail coming out gonna send their head around the corner. Trust me, it is. I know some heads, y'all better get y'all know the people that's going against me, you better go get them a couple pillows. Because sis coming through this thing, okay? Sis coming through. Period, Pooh. Period. That's on period, Pooh. Now, that's on God. That's on God I'm coming out of this thing. Period. Period. He says it was no small disturbance. And when Herod had searched for him and could not find him, he interrogated the gods and commanded that they be led away to execution. You see this? Your enemies is going to destroy themselves. Because they failed to destroy you, they're going to succeed at destroying themselves. Y'all better notice. Then he went down from Judea to Caesarea Maritima and spent some time there. This joker had to take a break from life. This king who wanted to kill Peter was in total breakdown because he couldn't destroy him. Do y'all know, y'all better know and believe it, that those who cannot destroy you, yo coming out, this is why you cannot lose faith. This is why you got to follow God. Yo coming out is going to demolish them. It's going to ransack them. It goes on to say that this king later got struck down by God and died and was ate by worms. Okay? Them people started worshiping this king as God and he died. But catch this. But the word of the Lord, the good news about salvation through Christ, continue to grow and spread, increasing in effectiveness. You see this? You see this? Barnabas and Saul came back from Jerusalem when they had completed their mission, bringing with them John, who was also called Mark. You gonna come through, the word gonna spread, your effectiveness, the fruits of your labor is gonna trickle down and bless so many people. Just yo coming through gonna be a blessing to others, okay? So I just came on right quick just to share that, because that thing got me excited. So I'm going to go back and finish reading, but I just had to share this with somebody. Okay? Yo coming through is going to demolish your haters. It's going to bless other people, and you ain't going to have to do nothing. God just going to make a way for you to get up out the situation you in. Period. So with that, y'all need to be praying. Reevaluate your squad. If you ain't got no prayer savages on your team, you better get you some. Trade in your team. Okay? Get you a new team. Don't be so loyal to a fault that you have prayers, Preyers, as opposed to Prayers. Okay? You need prayers. And you need prayer warriors. Okay? You don't need praying predators. You don't need that. You don't need them. You need some folk that's going to pray your tail through. So with that, y'all, I'm gone. I'm gone. Have a blessed one.